let's talk about one of my favorite things, fear versus intuition. Now, we all have instincts. You are born with instincts that are there by design to keep you safe, alive, and protected. And I promise you, if your instincts, if you believe that they are strong enough to keep you alive, well, question and a promise. My question is, couldn't they also be strong enough to guide you in the right direction in your career and or other areas in your life? And I promise you the answer is yes. All right, so if you are not used to, if you're not in the practice of tapping into your instincts, it can feel a little bit scary. Why is that? Because your intuition is pointing you in one direction, maybe something an idea that you get that you want to try. But then a moment later, fear kicks in, or logic. What if this? What if that? And so a lot of times we'll go in that direction, and which is often fear-based. Now, anytime an action is driven by fear, I promise you it will always take you in the wrong direction. Even though I'm talking about this, it's still something that I have to work to practice daily. Not in the areas of my life where everything is going in the direction like I want, and it tends to flow very smoothly and easily in that direction. May still have challenges, but it doesn't feel like a struggle. In those areas, I am leading with my instincts, and the fear might be there, but I shut it down so quickly, and I choose to lead with my instincts. And as a result, I have progressed. And I bet the same is true for you. So you can prove this concept to yourself just by looking at areas in your own life. Where are you excelling? Where are you feeling good? In those areas, you have a positive mindset, I guarantee it. And then that positive mindset drives your actions. And so then you are putting action and effort in that area, and then you're having a positive result. Now, in other areas where you may not be yet quite where you would like, and it might feel more like a struggle and less like a positive challenge where you're actually making progress, I bet you, I was about to say I promise, and yes, I will say it, I promise, and this is from my own experience too, you are leading with fear. So, we might try to have a positive mindset, we might say the positive mantras, but deep down, you may not really believe that you can have what you want in that area, and that belief is driving your action. And so what I want you to do is, what I encourage you to do is get into the practice. Just remember, awareness creates change. So start practicing working to lead with your intuition in those areas. So it's going to be uncomfortable at first because it's just it's different. Anything new and different can be uncomfortable. So the reason that it's uncomfortable to take a different action than you normally would is because it's a risk, because you don't yet know the outcome. That's why. So you can start small, and I will give you a very silly, tiny example of how I went with my instinct, even though it didn't make a lot of logical sense, and I had a positive result from it. So what you can do to start small is to, when you get an idea, an impulse maybe, this is your intuition, and maybe it's something little where it's not a big risk, what you could care less, kind of whatever the outcome ends up being. Take the risk, go in the direction that your intuition is guiding you, and just see what happens. And even if nothing happens, at least nothing bad happened. And this is going to help you get into the practice of just going in the direction of your instincts. So one day I was going for a jog, and I was going to run the way that I normally run. And I was running on the sidewalk, and Manhattan sidewalks can sometimes be, kind of busy, a lot of people. And so I was having to slow down because there were a lot of people, and I got kind of frustrated for a second. And so I decided, well, instead of going in the direction I normally would, I'm just going to go this way, and then I'll go around a different way so that I could get around the crowd of people. And so this is it's something different, but it's not really a risk, because what's going to happen if I go this way versus this way, but something really cool happened. So this was probably my instinct guiding me in that direction. I actually ran into a friend who had just put her cat down, and she was crying, and I stopped to say hello, and she told me that her cat had died and she needed a hug, and I was there, which I would not have been if I didn't follow my intuition to just go a different way than I normally would. Normally I would just maybe go around the crowd and slow down a little bit, but go in the direction that I normally would, that I had planned to go, that was in my mind. This was my intention. But I went a different way, and as a result, I was there to support a friend. And